Slow bringing us in today. A little slow bringing us in. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chick Chat.
KC.
Welcome. If you joined us, say hello. Tell us where you joined us from. And we would love to say hello back. And if you watch this later, hit hashtag replay. And where you joined us from? We're just jamming in for a second. Just so to get y'all ready to go. Because we have great, wonderful couple of topics that are really closely related. And that would be self-care and health. Of course, they're very well related, right?
Yep.
So they're going to be perfect for us tonight. So if you joined us, say hello. All right, now that we came in. Oh, from Denver. Hi, Stephanie from Denver. Welcome. Thanks for joining. So we are talking about self-care and health. And health is so important, right?
It is.
But so is health, self-care. People think one is above the other, but they are related together. Most
They
definitely
are
symbiotic.
You have us backwards again.
How did I do that? I don't know.
It's weird over here.
Here, fine.
And
Fine. I figured out I could switch us. So welcome, Stephanie. Thanks for joining us. We're in the Ball Cat crew tonight, Chick Chat KC. So what we do is we talk about different topics every week, and usually things that we really relate from. So eCam fail. There is no eCam fail. What you talking about, Lance? Hi, Lance. Thanks for joining. Listen to me. Oh, I sound lovely, don't I?
Sound like you need to be taking care of your better health.
Wonder why I picked health as my topic. So since I put self-care as our first topic, let's go launch into self-care, and I'm gonna go and show you a little slide. A little slide that's going to talk about some healthcare, self-care. There you go. So self-care can be, what is self-care? Well, self-care can be lots of different things. We are all so unique and different. We all can have different things. So just going to give you a second to take a look at that, to read it over. I'm not, I like every single one of those.
Yeah, for sure.
Those ones are great. So I'm just giving you another second to take a look at it, kind of what one stuck out for you. So in the comments, if you read this slide, what one stuck out for you the most? And everybody will have something different to say, I'm sure. So anybody would like to add what they think of their self-care? So Heather, why did you choose self-care?
Why did I choose self-care? Because I've been doing a lot of it lately. I was never very good at. He's still mystery man.
I know. He knows how to do it.
Very, very good at self-care. And so over the last, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 years, I've gotten way better. And now it's like I try to do it at least one day a week, if not 2. If I don't do it for a while, then I'm really good now at taking a whole, a whole weekend if I can, and just really focusing on that.
So on this list, what one jumps out for you?
For me, a lot of it's spending time alone, which means saying no to things that I don't really want to do, or it all kind of links together. Saying no is part of setting boundaries. Spending time alone and putting yourself first are both kind of this can be the same thing. So um, for me, those are probably the most things I do the most, because like asking for help, I'm not great at that. I think that for me, it's just getting myself in nature, snuggling in with a good book and a fire, some nice cup of tea.
Yeah.
It's just setting the mood and just really like
Self-care. Right.
you know focusing on what I need and what feels good.
Do you, what do you think about the people that don't believe they need self-care?
I think they're kidding themselves.
Putting yourself first.
I think everyone needs self care.
I can't help others if I'm not in a good place. That's very good, Matt. I'm sure it's still Matt. Matt, well, how come you don't have permissions for StreamYard to see? Yeah, just curious. Um, yeah, the one that sticks out for me was staying at home and then asking for help from others, because those are the two things that in my unhealthiness, when I have unhealthy habits and unhealthy things, I have a habit of not asking for help from other people. So I'm very um, overstressed,
And
and
yeah,
because I'm trying to do everything on my own. And then staying at home is because I used to, as a coping mechanism, I used escapism as part of mental health for myself, thinking that if I got out of my home, that somehow that would chill me out or whatever. Now, it did temporarily, but that just meant I wasn't confronting whatever it was at home, you
right.
know.
Yeah, because
So
then
that
you just
wasn't healthy. Yeah.
yeah, because you go out and then you wake up the next day and you're like, oh yeah, still the
I'm still
same.
here.
Yep,
Problem's still here. It
yep.
didn't leave while I was gone, you
No,
know. So, I mean, I think it's so important for us, um, to help each other. Oh, Kevin, why you got me an angry face on me? What happened there, Kevin? People don't know that they can see that. Like, who put an angry face? So I know Kevin, and Kevin's a sweetheart. So I'm surprised he would put an angry face, unless he's angry that he doesn't do enough self care. That could be what he's angry about.
yeah.
Could be. I
So what
mean,
what for you is what do you do like for self care? Like if you were to plan a whole day of or an evening or whatever of self care, what would that look like?
I'm all about the lights. Like if you see this back here, I'm all about the lights. I want music that has no words. So it has to be classical, jazz, whatever, no words. Because to me, the words just kind of jumble up my head and I just need calm, because then I'll be singing all the lyrics and, that doesn't help me to calm down.
Right.
Um, so I have to turn out the lights, turn on the lights that I like, and then candles. I mean, scent is really important to me. I have to smell something good, and then on top of that, burn some candles, you know, maybe a little bit of vino, never know, and then if I feel like it, jump in the bathtub. So it just depends. I mean, that's what I have to do to totally unplug. That means get rid of this thing, don't have it near me, don't
Right.
have access to me. I just like lose it. I'm like, oh, I lost my phone. Don't know where it went. That helps me. Just unplugging from technology is huge self-care, I think. But anyway, how about you? What do you do?
For me, it can vary. So kind of the same thing. Especially if it's summer, I will turn off all the lights. My house is covered in twinkle lights, so turn on the twinkle lights, play some jazz, have either drink a glass of wine, or if not, then like a nice glass of tea or whatever. Um, Maybe read a book, maybe not. Take a bath, and then I just recently got one of those hammock chairs. And
Oh, a
literally,
hammock chair, yeah.
yes, I go out on my front porch now, and it's been kind of chilly in the evening, so I take a blanket and just sit out there and swing in that chair, and it's just like
Oh,
amazing.
wow.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of people use hammock chairs in
yeah.
there.
And in the winter, I like to, drink something that's hot, have a fire in the fireplace, and kind of the same thing. Turn on some good music. Every great once in a while, I'll just veg and watch TV. That's what I need to do for the day. But I don't watch much TV at all.
Right.
So it's a rare occasion that I'll sit and just maybe if it snows or whatever, I'll just binge watch TV all day.
So, Matt, if you're still here, what do you do for your self care? So, and or whoever is still watching, what do you guys do? Is there something different than what's on that list? Because that's not a be all end all list of self care. Self care could, just carving out an hour of your day. What does that look like? And taking time. Yeah, a lot of people, I'm in all of these different entrepreneur business groups and chats and all these different things, and really I find it so fascinating that the most successful people do a lot of self-care. They actually carve out the time for that. They
Yeah.
don't they know that it's necessary.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's absolutely necessary for your success. Yeah, listen to music in the car. That's a good one, Caitlin. On a sunset drive. Yep. Kansas has the best um, view for that, honestly. Play piano, eat ice cream.
Shop at Costco. Yeah.
Well, hey, right. Eat ice cream. I mean, who doesn't like ice cream? I mean, self care is good. Well, if you can eat it. I know. I'm sorry. You're like, I do like ice cream. I just can't eat it anymore.
Yeah. It's
80s
it's
hair bands. There's Matt again.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing. But
Well, I think also sometimes self care is simply taking 20 minutes to write my journal.
yeah.
And then that's something that I needed for that day, and then I can carry on with a different mindset.
Was gratitude on this one? I don't think it was, but I feel like let's see, taking asking for help, forgiving yourself. I think coming into a moment of gratitude can be self-care as too. Having gratitude for, the things that you do have, not the things you don't have. That's a good self-care tip, not to just constantly be in, without gratitude.
Yeah.
Um, I think
I
that's
start
helpful.
I start every day with that. I start every day when I first wake up with, being thankful for, and I try to list 5 things before I go to sleep and 5 things when I wake up.
Okay, so we got a picture of Heather in her self-care moment. So here that is. There
Yeah,
she is.
I love her. I
Where what is she looking at? That's what I want to know.
have no, probably that hot guy across the street. I have no idea
Is
what
she
she's.
on a balcony with something hot? She's got a hot
Yeah, it
something
looks
there.
like she's got some coffee or something, and she's looking out. I think she's looking out like a picture window, but
Yeah.
maybe she's on a balcony. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. There's flowers in it
She
though.
just looks very peaceful to me.
Yes, she looks like she's in a robe too. Like she just
Mhm.
maybe had a spa treatment. That's so cool. I mean, I love going to the spa senses, like um I of course I didn't know a lot about aromatherapy, and I incorporate that into my self-care, which I'm
Mhm.
actually going to talk about into our health section in a second, our topic about health. Because I think it helps both. I think it's helpful for the mind and also helpful for your senses, all your senses.
Yeah, I
So
agree. I think almost every room in my house either has a diffuser with essential oils or a candle or more candles or wax melt or something to have some sort of scent.
yeah, and girls are not the only one that likes candles. I know a lot of guys. Oh no, hey, wait a minute, I missed two of yours. My new self care, pet my new fluffy puppy. He just got a new puppy. She's so cute.
Oh,
Lilo, I think it is, or Lilo. I'm not.
Lilo, like
She's
Lilo
a
and Stitch.
little, she's a little floof ball. That is good self care. Pets. Oh my gosh, pets can help you. Well, depending on pets.
Not the day to discuss the pets for me.
Not the day for her for self-care. They got some spa treatments today, but
Yeah.
anyway. So I mean, I feel like, oh, from Lilo and Stitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Aw, cuteness. Cuteness. I get to do that. I'm a pet sitter, so I get to go love on other people's animals. I don't have one of my own, but I get to, and I feel like that's a part of self-care. It
Yeah.
actually is. I mean, dogs can calm you down, I really feel like they just connect, So, um, our next topic, are we done with self-care or should we
Yeah, I think we
carry
pretty
on?
much, I mean, just make sure that, I think my point was just wanting to make sure that everyone understands how important it is and that you have to be able to, when you need it, admit to yourself that you need it and then do something about it. And like I said, that could be as simple as going for a 20-minute walk, just something to, step away from your everyday life and kind of rejuvenate yourself so that you don't get burnt out or bogged, especially like you said, those of us that are entrepreneurs, business owners, we have, 50,000 things going on throughout the week. Just making sure you take that time and making sure that you're a person, like you said, what you and I both used to be so bad at. Let me just be gone all the time and then I won't have to deal with what's at home. And I think that's dangerous. I think that,
Very much.
you need to really focus on spending some time alone and getting to where you're happy doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I totally agree with you. Um, I think it's just part of, it's fun. It's a shame in a way, like for myself, I think about all the self-care things I could have done before. I've wasted a lot of years not doing self-care and, would spin my wheels and I'd burn candle at both ends and I'd be burnt out and I'd be stressed out. And, you know, I could have probably had lots of, probably more successful relationships had I actually taken care of myself. I didn't have a good relationship with myself. And so when you don't have a good self-care routine, that's a huge flag that you don't, because you don't take time for yourself, you
Right.
know?
And I think about like even how different I would have parented if I would just taken, some
Yeah,
times where I wasn't always so stressed out and I wasn't like it just definitely affects every part of your life if you
it
don't
does.
take the time to do it.
It does. It does. And, that kind of goes back into your health. They say there are a lot of conditions that people have that's caused by stress. And so stress is the number one, um, you know, it affects so many different health conditions,
Right.
that it's unreal. Like if you would just eliminate that one thing out of your life, how much better it would be. And I'm going to put up a slide here. So, to have a healthy life, we all know, eat healthy, exercise, drink plenty of water, and reduce stress. Now, when the doctor says to you, "Hey, how you been doing?" "Oh, I've been fine, this and that and the other." You go in there. Um, Now stress is actually, like, I know my doctor does now, she does like a little uh questionnaire to see how you are mentally, not just physically, which I love. I think that that is so great that the physicians have come on board and realize that reduced stress piece is huge. And in relating to any other condition you have, if you're stressed out, it can affect diabetes. If you're stressed out, it affect your migraines. It can affect, um, and immune deficiency. Like it can make some flares happen. I mean, stress is huge. And I was sick this last week, but it wasn't caused by stress. It was caused by flying. I always get sick when I fly, and yeah, I should know better, but it just happens. And I take airborne, before usually, and after. And this last time, I got the cold like I always do from the airline, and started to treat it. But then I did the wrong thing. I went out before I was well, and I was around smoking, and then I was around outside the next day. So I had allergies and smoking added into there. So it caused me to lose my voice. And I lost my voice for a couple days. So, I think about those things that I could have done differently that really affected my health. My health, instead of going out into where smoking was, or going outside into the allergy season. I mean, I definitely could have done that. And I did take some preventatives, but I still got sick. And as I'm laying there, I'm thinking to myself, wow, I can't speak. I've never been to that. I mean, I've lost my voice a couple times before, but to really think about it, I was like, I can't, I've lost my voice. What in the world, you know, what will I do if it doesn't come back? Like I actually started to think that way. And I thought, wow, my health is so important. I have to do more. I have to do better things to protect my health. And, what does that entail? It entails doing, vitamin therapies, or, eating healthier, which I've already eliminated so many things out of my diet, in the last couple of years as it is. And, exercising, and now I'm more cognizant to what my heart rate should be at a certain time, and, the fluctuations of that. So just really knowing my own body is huge, and helping me to maintain good health. And when I was a health educator, it really surprised me how many people really didn't know how to eat well, didn't know how to eat right. They didn't know the right portion sizes. And our government actually did a really good campaign about it. And it's myplate.org or .gov. And it shows you on a plate, what your portion sizes should be and what they should be of. And I tell you, I mean, it was life changing that many people didn't, until they really addressed their weight because of diabetes or whatever, they had a health condition, they didn't know how to eat correctly. So I mean, it's really important. You think, oh, I know how to eat right. Maybe you think you know how to eat right, or what you thought, but really, invest in yourself. It's a self-care thing. Is what is healthy for you? How is, how do foods affect you? How do you know you're on the right path of healthy eating? And same with exercise. Everybody is unique and different, and you cannot treat a person the same way. I mean, you and I couldn't be treated the same way medically. You and I can't be treated the same way in trying to get healthy as far as food wise and exercise. Like, you have a
Right.
lot of restrictions on what you can eat. Okay. So, there's no cookie cutter diet, and there's no cookie cutter exercise plan, because other people have health conditions that can affect all of those. It's one thing just to go exercise and eat right. Well, what is that for you? You really need to invest in yourself and figuring that out. And I think, since I've gotten my Fitbit, that has helped me a lot. And just really paying attention to my body after I eat something. After I eat something, if it doesn't agree with me, my body tells me, but it's just being aware of that, you know. And so that's why I wanted to talk about that. I laid there for 2 days without a voice, and thinking about what I was going to say about it. Like later, like, you know, what can I have done? Well, I did all the things. I had a hot toddy. I had, NyQuil. Like, everybody was like, oh, do this, do that, gargle with salt water, gargle with, peroxide. I mean, just all these things. But, what works for everybody else maybe didn't work for me, you
Right.
know? So, I mean, going to the doctor and addressing it, first of all, and that's another big thing. Lots of people don't go to the doctor. They don't go up for their checkups. They don't go for their preventatives. And that's huge, especially in our age group. You need to be
Well,
doing those things.
you also have to take in consideration the number of people that don't have insurance in this country is ridiculous.
It is, and it's not the people that you think. That's what's so crazy is people think, oh, it's the poverty. No, it's the middle class
it's a
right
lot of
now
people that own businesses that are just trying
that
to make it.
don't have, yeah, they don't have access to good health care because of the pricing. So that's why it's just so. I mean, I feel like, you know, I don't think that the government's done enough for the
No,
middle
because
class people. Yeah,
yeah, because the only way you qualify for any help is if you are the poverty level, and that's just not how most people are,
yeah,
trying to live their life. But
yeah.
I think
That's
that, number one, you have to be preventative. You have to, be working out, be eating right. And like you said, it's different. Like you and I have an autoimmune disease. So therefore I can't just go, trust me, I did it. And then I was, screwed because I can't just go balls to the wall working out the gym without my body screaming and saying, "What the heck are you doing?" Like I did it when I first started working out and I ended up being down for 3 days. And so I had to be reminded, like, hey, your body's not like everybody else's. It's like
right.
you said, I have intolerances, so I can't eat gluten, dairy, peanuts. So my diet looks a little bit different. It's hard for me to do keto because without being able to eat dairy, that eliminates a lot of the stuff. So there's different programs
Yeah.
as far as eating that would maybe work for you that don't work for me.
Right.
But
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. And whenever somebody goes, "Oh, how'd you lose 10 pounds?" It's like, well, hold on, hold on just a second.
she's gonna call. um, yeah. So that's it. That's the thing. It's for me. I've been eating super super clean for like the last 3 weeks. If I can't shoot it or grow it, I don't eat it. And I had a friend come to town this past weekend, and I did really well, except for one night we had barbecue, and
Ooh.
I felt like crap afterwards and most of the next day. And it still
Right.
wasn't, necessarily bad. It just had a lot of sugar. It had, all that. So, I'm convinced now more than ever of, I'm going to keep myself on that path of, eating clean.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Anybody have anything to share about that with us on their thoughts about that? I have another slide up here. You know, Here's just an idea. You could add a fruit or vegetable that you've never tried. That's what I like is like challenging people. Go if you don't like fruits and vegetables, go find one that you like because they're all different and one might taste good to you. Maybe.
Right.
Drink more water, try infused water. I have like a little infuser I put different vegetable or fruits in. And soda can be so bad for you. Carbonated stuff is not the greatest for your body. Move
Right.
for 15 minutes and show gratitude to two people. How did gratitude get into this health thing? Well, it shifts your focus,
Right.
right? It shifts your energy level. When you show gratitude, your energy level goes up. So take 100 steps outside. Just challenge yourself. What is it that you're not doing that probably you could do? Just challenge yourself just to, even like it says, move for 15 minutes. I used to challenge my patients. They only had to exert 150 calories worth of exercise because they were on a restrictive diet at the time. So they only had to do 150 calories worth of exercise a day. I mean, that was, not too bad. I mean, just walking. I don't mean go join the gym. I don't mean, go to go do the CrossFit stuff. Holy cow. You know, I mean, some of us are not at that exercise level. Some of us have knee issues or joint issues, you know, and the best thing for that is doing, aerobics, swimming aerobics, like aqua aerobics.
That's
That
good
is
though.
the very best exercise for every level of person, unless you can't swim, right? So
And
there's
it's not
another,
back surgery.
huh?
Yeah, that was when I had back surgery. That was the first level they would clear me from, and I thought, oh Lord, yeah, this will be real hard with these, all these old ladies in here. It kicked my butt.
Yeah,
It is not
it's
easy. You think it is, but it is not.
Right, right. Aqua aerobics is amazing. I mean, just moving, just walking, for 15 minutes a day, 15, 30 minutes. I have a Fitbit to do the 10,000 steps a day.
Right.
And now for my health, I got a stand up desk. Like what I'm talking to you on is a stand up desk. So my whole day, instead of sitting all day like I used to, I now use a stand up desk. So it's for my health, and it has gotten rid of my inflammation, which is crazy to think that standing all day is going to get rid of your inflammation, but it helps with your circulation instead of you sitting and bending your knees. So,
Well, and
um,
I was amazed at how, just like 2 weeks of eating clean, how much inflammation was gone from my body. I was just blown away. And I was going to say something for people who don't like to drink water. I used to be I could not, like, if I would drink, I don't know, 2 or 3 of the small bottles, I was literally like, if I drink anymore, I'm gonna puke. I started drinking the alkaline water, and I can drink. I've been drinking almost 75 ounces a day.
wow, that's
It makes
good.
a huge difference. It just tastes better. So
Yeah.
if try that. If it's
Well, health
better for you,
water, 64 ounces of water a day is good for you for so many reasons.
right?
For your skin, I can tell when I don't drink enough water. I can see it in my face, actually. It's like dried out. Um, and there, treadmill for you every day. So much you got plantar. Yeah, you got to watch out for that plantar fasciitis, man. That can get you so many different, you know, things. I like the elliptical myself. Like I love the elliptical.
My
And
favorite is the rowing machine.
the rowing machine. See? So just find something that you like. Like that's the thing is
Yeah,
people get it wrong. You know, being healthy is not out to hurt you, it's to help you. So you need to find things that you don't feel are torturous. Like, you know, I remember going, "Oh, I'm going on, one of those diet plans that you sign up for and you have groups for." I'd be like, "Oh, here we go. I got to eat tuna and cottage cheese." And I mean, I already knew what I had to eat, and I dreaded it until I found out that all I needed to do was find the nutrients and that along with the calorie intake, and I could eat anything I wanted as
right.
long as it had the same, makeup of like tuna fish, that had the protein. If I took some chickpeas and something else and made something that I really liked, and that is just what's so important. So he wants to find a gym with a lap pool. Yeah, water is low impact. Yeah, they can be. But I started to look at what I thought was expensive at one point. I was like, but I was willing to buy diet pills, and I was willing to do all those drastic diet things that cost even more money than a gym membership.
Well, and if you're a person that goes out, I mean, I don't know where you guys are if you have Planet Fitness, but geez, $10 a month, you can join the gym and do whatever.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah,
you
but
think
like,
about,
yeah.
if you're a going out type person, think about what you spend for dinner and drinks on a night.
Oh yeah.
If you put that towards a gym membership and you just stay home that night, like,
It's amazing.
it's priorities.
Well, and I'm surprised he's not on here tonight. Usually, my friend Michael, who's on here, he had a wake up call with his health. So, you know, if you're out there, Michael, tell your story. And I'm not going to tell his story for him, but sometimes our wake up calls come at the last moment. Like when we have to. Like
Right.
most of my patients, and when I was a health educator, um, they had to be there because it was the last stop before getting bariatric surgery. And
Right.
so they had to lose weight before they had bariatric surgery. So they had to give it a try, you know? So they had to try to lose weight. And it was amazing, like I said, how many people had never eaten a vegetable. They thought vegetables only came in cans, and they were string beans or corn or whatever, and they could handle corn. Everybody can handle corn. I don't know why, but they all like corn anyway. beans. Like they would eat, and I'm like, well, beans are not considered a vegetable,
I
you know.
eat so many vegetables every day now. It's crazy.
Yeah, vegetables are just wonderful for you, and they can give you bursts of energy you don't even know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it's up to you to want that. That there has to be a desire. You know, everybody can tell you diet and exercise for your health, but you're really not going to get serious about it until it matters to you, and there
Right.
has to be something, a milestone of something on why it matters to you. Whether it's you all of a sudden are in the ER because you have no idea why, and they're running all these tests and you have no idea what they're talking about. Those metabolic panels, what's a bilirubin? What's a this? What's a that? But that's important for us. You really need to get interested in your own healthcare, your own, journey. So, I mean, it's just so important for us to take care of ourselves and how to take care of ourselves. So,
Hello, Bryn.
hi, Brian.
Yeah, I
Thanks for
think that,
joining.
and I've been kind of amazed at the fact that when like I said, I worked out every day for a little over 2 weeks, and then Friday I had company coming to town. I didn't make it to the gym, and I was almost just like withdrawal symptoms because I couldn't go. But then now I still haven't been back. I was planning on going tonight after the show, but I have other things I have to do. But now it's almost like now I'm dreading going back. So just that small gap of 3 days, and I'm already out of the habit because I hadn't created the habit yet. But just it was even getting to the point that I was like, oh my gosh, if I don't go, like I feel
But
like
why can't you go after?
I've got to finish taking care of the dog issue.
Okay. How late does the gym open till?
I think 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to wiggle some room, like, come on, you can
But
do it.
I will go tomorrow for twice as long and make up the difference. But yeah, it's just I just found it very interesting that, like I said, after 2.5 weeks, I was like, oh, I can't go. Like, I feel bad. Like, I need to be there. I'm dropping the ball. Like, all the things.
I get it. And I'm over here coughing. You know, it's the back end of this virus or whatever I had. So,
Yeah.
but that, that's the thing. It's like you have to decide. Like we were going to cancel tonight, and I was like, no, I'm not going to. The
Yeah.
show must go on.
There's so much go on.
And I mean, it's important. Your health is important.
It is.
Having a goal. Sorry.
Go cough. Yes.
Hold on. You talk.
Okay, Brent says do the dogs and then do a home workout. I will definitely do that. I will probably do everything with the cardio from home. So I'll still get in my legs and arms, but I just won't get the cardio done, and that's okay.
Yeah, because I can see you taking the little one for a walk, but I don't know about the big one.
The little one they both don't play well with others. They can't, they don't do much. And the little one, take him for a walk, he's tired about the end of the block.
Oh, no.
So, but yeah, I'll make sure I get that part in. And like I said, I'll jump back in tomorrow with twice as much cardio and get back on track.
That's right. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
You've got a goal. You gotta go towards the goal. What is your goal with your health? What is it that, I know there's a lot of people that say, in nearing the end of theirs is that they wish they would have taken better care of their health. And that is huge. It's important. And it goes along with self-care.
Yes.
And it goes along with, just like we talk about goals and meeting goals. I mean, you can't meet any of your goals if you're not healthy. You can't go do the things you want to do if you're not healthy.
No.
And I tell you, laying there for 2 days, not talking and having to lay in bed and really think about it. I was just like, my health is just so important. This was unforeseen, and you just don't know. Sometimes your health is going to stop you in your tracks. And the way that you look at that is, okay, when am I supposed to learn about this? And then two, I'm supposed to sit here and two things happened. I received assistance from other people, which is not like me. I
Right.
actually, they said, do you need something? And I actually finally said, yes, I do actually. And then, really, really staying in bed, like really listening to, the doctor, like, you stay in bed, you've got to stay in bed. You can't be out in outside because the allergy season is going to make this thing worse. And, you got to listen. So
Yeah.
I really did this time, like in my first 50 at 54, finally listening to wisdom. So I hope that if you're younger than me, that you will listen to some of the wisdom that we've learned in, trying to take care of our health and self-care, because you're not going to be good to anybody. Like Matt says, you're not going to be good to anybody if you're burnout, stressed out, and you're not healthy.
Yeah.
you know I
Well,
mean,
exercising, eating right, all of it, it builds your immune system up. So then you don't get sick as often. And if you do, you can recover faster. And, um,
yes.
you just feel better.
Well, you just have to be an advocate for yourself in your health
Yeah.
too. Make sure that you line up well with whoever your physician or doctor, or, I usually like the holistic doctors, DOs,
Hmm.
doctor of osteopath, like those. I like, and that's just what fits for me because they speak my language. I like certain vitamins I take, or certain things to eat, or different therapies, like I was telling her, I got this new humidifier behind me that I put essential oils in, and I mean, already it's helped me immensely. And I, had it plugged in for a couple hours. So I should have had that in the very beginning. You know what I mean? I'm like, I have all the essential oils to help and everything.
Yeah.
So it's just what works for you, and if that means, chug a lugging your vitamin C is orange juice instead of a vitamin, that's fine. You know, I mean, obviously, fresh foods make up a better vitamin content than vitamins do. You
Right.
know, like, you don't really know what are in vitamins, but you absolutely know what's in spinach. You absolutely know what's in broccoli and all that kind of thing. So, find something that's high in whatever vitamin content for you and eat it.
Yeah.
Vegetables, eat all of them.
Yeah, because they're not very low in calories. You can literally eat thousands of them a day.
Yeah, cauliflower. Oh my
And
gosh.
eating vegetables.
Yeah, but the green ones are like your best, bet to eat, because like the white root kind and stuff have more carbohydrates in them. So again, figure out, go get one of those tests done to see how many calories you should be eating, just different ways to try to help to figure out what your diet should be. Like, I did, the body scan of, your muscle mass, your fat, your fluid, and then it goes for your height and your age. And it was like, yeah, we found out that my body burns 1,300 calories a day. So putting me on a 1,400 calorie diet is what works for my body to lose weight, actually. As long as my body burns that. But of course, because I do other activities, I'm going to burn more. And it's all a numbers game. 3,500 calories is a pound that you gain or you lose. So if you eat 3,500 more calories in the week than you usually do and you're sedentary, you're going to gain a pound. So, it's a numbers game. You got to, it's simple math, really. However many calories you exert, and then you minus it and you put it in the bank. So, I mean, people don't think of it as being mathematics, but it is. But really getting to know what your body burns in a day is really important. So go get one of those scans done. Most, places do those scans at the gym. Will tell you, what your muscle, your lean body mass is. So yeah, it's called your BMR, not your BMI. Your BMI is your where you're at and your weight and your height, but your BMR is telling you what you burn. So it's just something I know. So anyway, have I bored you to death now? No.
I think I'm just now I'm ready to work out.
3,500 calories. If you eat 3,500 more calories than what your body burns, you will gain a pound.
Well, my app keeps telling me I need to eat more calories. So, my app keeps telling me I need to eat more calories.
Right. You have to eat as much as your body burns, because then it goes into starvation mode if you don't. So that's why my body burns 1,360, right? So my doctor said, okay, eat 1,400 calorie diet. That's what makes sense. So, but everybody is different. We're all, built differently. So if you have more, lean, if you have more muscles than fat, then you're going to burn more. You're going to burn it faster. So you have to sometimes up, if you're really working out too much, you can actually go into the minus, because your body goes into starvation mode. So you have to it's a balance. You have to follow it. That's why it's so important. If you have a MyFitnessPal or any app that you can add your diary in there, make sure you eat that. And that's why, and I don't usually do name brands, but that's why Weight Watchers does work, is because you eat enough. Well, and to me, I used to think, I'm going on a diet. Why are they having me eat all these things? Why am I feel like I'm eating more than I did before, which is true. I was fat because I didn't eat enough. Then that makes no sense at all. And then when I ate the wrong thing, it added to that calories, right? So, I mean, it's a numbers game, but it's also on what you eat. If I would have ate, more vegetables and whatever. I mean, just constantly eating is getting your metabolism going. So, I'm telling you this from my experience. I mean, I was a health educator, so I'm not just telling you this, a bunch of just my advice. So I did this as a living. So it was one of my things, and I loved that job. That was my most favorite job I ever had. That's what just made me decide to become a life coach, is because I absolutely loved helping people. And so that, I mean, it was just my passion, is even to help them lose weight, even though I still needed to lose weight. But I lost weight alongside of them.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like for me, I think I've probably felt better than I probably have since I was in my 20s. And like I said, it's just, I even joked the other day and said, I'm eating the biblical diet. It's the Daniel fast. So, I'm not hungry like I normally am. It's just because you can eat so much, then you're just not hungry. But pretty much nothing but fruit, vegetables, and meat.
Yeah. Well, that's good advice too. I think I tried the Daniel fast before. It helped for lots of people I knew, but you have to continue it as a lifestyle, not as just a diet. You have to incorporate it and say to yourself, this is my new lifestyle. This is not a diet. And don't let the naysayers get to you either. Because, it's really funny. People will be like, oh, you're on a diet. And after you start losing weight, and you'll notice the people that you think are your like besties are like, hey, let's go have, ice cream, and let's go do this and that. People are sabotagers sometimes.
Yeah, I don't have those kind of people in my life generally, but I can't have ice cream anyway, so good luck. But yeah, so far everyone's been really supportive, other than the fact of everyone's like, you don't need to lose weight. It's not really about losing weight, it's about getting healthy and getting inflammation.
Like you said. And I've heard that, I have family and friends that are thin, and when they go on a not what it's a lifestyle change. When they change their diets and they're going, oh yeah, I'm on a new diet, they're not saying they're dieting, they're just on a new
Right.
lifestyle change, and people go, oh, you don't need to, and then what about those people, like I said, you start losing weight and they start to get a little bit funky with you. And that happens a lot, sabotagers, especially around Thanksgiving that's coming up. I have a tip for you guys, and because we're almost running out of time here, in about 10 minutes. And um, anyway, if you go to a party, say you're on a lifestyle change and you're changing the way you're eating, and you're like, I'm going to this party and I'm only going to eat the healthy things, do that. But if you do see something that you want to eat that's bad, just take a little portion of it. Don't have to take the whole piece. Just take a portion of it. And then the other tip I have is if you're walking around and you changed your diet, and people are always like, hey, have this, this is Aunt Clara's, whatever, you know, have a plate, have food on it, have a cup in the other hand. And if you walk around like that the whole time you're there, nobody will shove food on you. Try it out. It works. They will not shove food on you because they see that you have it and you have a drink and you have whatever. So it's just a tip.
The old cake party trick in high school, when you carry, as long as you have a cup full of beer, nobody ever asks you to refill it.
Yep, that's right. It happens in the family stuff. You can walk around with that stuffing on your plate all day and never eat it. Nobody will know. How are they going to know?
Yep.
Just, I mean, if you got to trick them, trick your family members, and because you want to eat good, and people really do take it personally when they have their family recipe that you won't eat. They take it personally. Put it on your plate. Just don't eat it. Like, say, yeah, I got some. Yeah, man, it's good. Whatever you got to do to really to protect what you're doing for yourself, putting those boundaries up, like we were saying, self-care, putting those boundaries up, that's perfectly fine.
Just tell them you can't eat gluten.
Oh yeah.
Then people
what's gluten? That's the first question, right?
That and that and that.
Oh, you can't have just a little of that?
Right. One French fry?
Like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And people don't understand, the side effects of that for you. Like, I'll be up all night grabbing my stomach and in pain and bloating and gas, and you don't know about that, but that's what happens.
Right.
It can, if you don't tell somebody that has a gluten issue that gluten's in something, shame on you, because you're really contributing to hurting that person, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, have you ever had that happen where they said there wasn't and there was?
Yeah, for sure. And then also people have said there's no dairy, or they'll say, oh, it's fine, just take a Lactate or whatever. Well, that works for some people. It doesn't work for me. So, yeah, I think just be really, honest with people about things like that, because you don't know if they say, the problem is a lot of people did the whole gluten-free thing as a fad. Yeah. And so people think, oh, they're just trying to be, whatever, high maintenance, whatever. Yeah. And that's not the case for a lot of people. A lot of people, it makes us really, really sick.
Yeah.
So don't assume that somebody just is trying to be difficult or, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, there are kids that have celiac disease that they can't have that. I mean, can you imagine? And it happens a lot in the autistic community. Mm-hmm. Having an autistic child and somebody gives them gluten, can mess up that child for days.
Right.
I mean, it's just unreal what happens. So, I mean, again, we're all unique human beings here. Our bodies are very unique. We're not one of us is the same. So what works for you could, not work for somebody else. So unsolicited advice on how they're supposed to eat and what exercises they're supposed to do, to me sometimes is ridiculous. And that's why it's really important when you join that gym that you go to that trainer. They offer you a free training session. Take it every time. And the reason why is they're going to test you out on the different things. You'll know, if they're a good trainer, they will help you to customize what you can and can't do, and same with, if you go to a dietitian or you go to someone to help you to change your lifestyle, make sure that they're a person that understands your whole metabolic panel, understands all your needs and all the nutrients that you need, it's worth it in the end.
My thing would be, how about we all just stay in our own lane? How about we just stop worrying about what other people are eating or what they're exercising and what they're doing, unless it's someone really close to you that you're concerned about their, being detrimental to their own health. How about we mind our own business? Let's start.
Well, but if I'm curious about what you're doing because I want to do that,
I'm talking about the people that say, "Oh, you don't need to be on a diet. Oh, you don't need to eat like that. Oh, you don't need to be at the gym every day. Oh, how about we mind our business and let people do what they want to do?" Because
you heard her. That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what she said.
If I think I need to lose weight, then let me lose weight. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't, I think that's my biggest thing is that when people try to argue with me, if I say, I'm trying to drop 10 pounds, whatever, and they look at you and go, "Oh gosh, you don't need to lose that." Well, mind your business. If I feel good looking in the mirror at that weight, then let me be me.
Now, there are people that have food disorders, right? Like eating disorders.
And so someone that that's a fact, that's different.
Right. Anorexia to bulimia, and that's probably why it was my favorite job and probably why I'm really concerned about it is because I had eating disorders when I was a teenager, and I did the diet pill thing and then I moved on to the heavier diet pills, that were not over the counter. Right. And that was ridiculous that I did that, and it did some damage to me. Whoa, somebody's there. That's what they said, and that's what they meant. So anyway, thank you guys, whoever joined and stayed with us. We appreciate your feedback, and if you have anything to say and you watch this on the replay and you have any good tips that you can throw in there, we would love for you to do that. So hit #replay, and we would love for you to share our stream for our show. And we hope that we gave you some good tips for today. And I hope I didn't sound like a total frog the whole time.
Ribbit.
Of this ribbit. No, it's like a whole different person. So I keep saying that I want to, record an album about right now. Like if I could sing, I could be like some alter somebody.
Yeah.
Like a Bonnie Raitt, but not Bonnie.
There's people walking by, they're going.
What?
There's people walking by the window.
Walking by the window? Why?
By my window with the dog, and that's why they're barking at.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, at least we know they're gonna keep you safe.
Me. Yeah.
She's protected. So any of y'all out there think you're gonna come rolling up, not gonna happen. So see, we're a laid back show here. So Thank you guys all. I hope that you have a wonderful Tuesday evening. I hope we gave you something to think about if you are not currently thinking about self-care or your health. We hope we brought it to front and center that maybe it's something for you to think about. So anyway, again, Robert Lee loves the laid back look. Well, thanks. Laid back. Yeah. Yeehaw. We're both in. Well, I don't know. It's not yeehaw with baseball caps on, huh?
Yeah, we're just it's the lazy look is what it is.
Mine's Florida. Mine's got the Fort Lauderdale on it. So yeah, pray for Florida. Yes, they have a hurricane coming alongside Hurricane Ian. And thank you, Robert, for joining us. I appreciate it.
And check out my podcast, The Motivational Mentor, on Anchor and Spotify. we have a dating series that just wrapped up that was pretty crazy. And then join us
Awesome.
next Tuesday back here.
All right. Yeah, please join us next Tuesday. You'll never know what we're going to talk about because we're all over the place. We need to talk about everything. So if you have any ideas of a topic or if you ever want to be on our show, reach out to us. We would love to have you on.
Yeah,
So-
make a comment on the Chick Chat KC Facebook page.
Yes, please do. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. Peace out.
Peace.
All right, I'm going to remove